Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Let's go take a walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Today's beer comes from RJ Rockers. This is their Gruntled Pumpkin Ale. This beer comes in at 7% ABV, so it's a little on the stronger side. Usually pumpkin ales are around between 5 and 6%. So, and they've got their code here above the bar, code that you can go to their website and find out what the date is. I wish they'd just come up and put the date on the bottles instead of having a code that you have to go look up. Unless you got a smartphone when you're buying this stuff, you can't look it up when you're buying it. So once you get it home, it's a little late to be looking up dates as far as I'm concerned. It is what it is, and you got it. So with that being said, they're out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. I'm going to come out right up front and say there are no ratings for this beer from Rate Beer or Beer Advocate. I don't know why. There are some remarks from people that drank it last year, so I don't know if it was a very limited release last year and they didn't do very much of it, or what the deal is on this one, guys, but they got it out this year. I did not see it last year, so I don't know how wide the distribution was on it last year. So I seen it this year and I hadn't reviewed it, so we picked it up and see what it's going to be about, guys. Food pairing for this says it's a dessert type beer. The pumpkin beers goes well with Thanksgiving dinners. That's what and pumpkin pie, that's what we always associate with the pumpkin beers. Glassware is a pint, back of the stein and mug. I got your pint glass today, guys. The beer is a 7% beer. It's not going to go bad. Now that 7% is going to keep for several years, but the pumpkin spices are probably going to diminish over time. The cinnamon, the nutmeg, and all the stuff they use to produce these pumpkin beers is probably going to become more subdued over time, guys. So I wouldn't cellar it unless you just had a bunch of it and you just want to check out and see what it tastes differently from a fresh bottle. A lot of people do that sometimes. I've actually done that with a Nugget Nectar before and tasted one fresh and one that was a year old. It had been in the fridge for a year, and believe it or not, there is a substantial difference. And of course, you're going to have a little differences in the batches, but time does an effect on hops. Into the glass we go, guys. Let's get down the center here and see what we get. Alright, in the glass it is. I like the label. Got a laid back scarecrow, pumpkin head scarecrow there, drinking a beer. Damn right. Alright, guys, over into the light. Very orangey, very typical looking pumpkin. It looks like it's almost the color of a pumpkin there. Very clear. You can see the light right through it. Fairly carbonated, not overly carbonated. The bubbles streaming up to the bottom of the head. Did not pour a very big head. Poured semi-aggressive too. So let's get a nose on it and see what we got. Wow, that smells really, really good. Wow, there's just enough pumpkin out. You can smell the pumpkin. And you can smell the spices, the nutmeg, the cinnamon. Wow, that smells really, really good. Good nose on this beer. Very good nose on this beer. Smells very fall-like. I'm getting an earthiness to it too, like you're standing in the middle of a pumpkin patch. Wow, smells very delicious, guys. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Very nice. It's got just a little bit of that buttery taste too, from the pumpkin. It's not overly buttery. And there's a lot of people that like Southern Tier Pumpkin. Last year was the first year I tried it, and it was way too buttery for me. It almost tasted like stale buttery popcorn to me. And I've heard some comments saying that last year's wasn't as good as it normally is, and yada yada yada, this, that, and the other. But it just did not agree with me. It was too strong for my palate. It was just way too buttery, and it was just too over the top, way over the top, guys. And this one has a slight tinge of that butter. They use so much pumpkin, you're going to get some of that, especially on the roasted pumpkin. You're going to get some of that buttery taste. But it was just it just blew the palate out of my mouth. I'd never had it before, and that was the first one I tried. That strong, and it was just way too strong for me. So I'm gonna try to get a bottle of this again this year and give it a second try, see what it's like. This is very tasty. I like that a lot. Very pleasant. A nice combination of the spices, the nutmeg and the cinnamon and the pumpkin, along with a nice 7% beer on top of that. So, very nice. Very impressive. I'm going to let this one warm up. It's right out of the fridge, but this looks like a good one, guys. This may make the top 10 pumpkin beer list for Greg. So we'll see where it ends up. Stick around. Let's see where this one ends up. All right, guys. I'm back. Got just a little left here. I mean, this is a decent pumpkin beer. It really is. For a 7% beer, I'm not getting a lot of the alcohol that would normally be in a lighter seasonal beer like this. A lot of times they boost the alcohol up on these lighter ales, and you can it's really noticeable right off the bat. So I went to the website trying to figure out the code dating on that, and they used to have a way to figure that out, but I went all over the website and it didn't say anything about the date coding on the bottle. So that's a thumbs down. Guys there at RJ, you're putting a code on the bottle, but how are we supposed to know how to decipher this code? So you need to put that information on your website if that's your intention. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, the date should be 2 digits for the day, 2 digits for the month, either 2 or 4 digits for the year. Enough said. I'll chug, guys. A lot of pumpkin slash squash taste to me in this beer, to go along with the spices, the nutmeg and the cinnamon and all that stuff. So guys, it's a nice beer. I really enjoyed this one. Other than the date coding on it, not having an actual date on the bottle, it's a decent beer. It's a nice representation, and like I said, it's probably one of the top 10 pumpkin beers. So it's not the top of the list, but I believe it is making the list. So guys, with that being said, I'm gonna give it a 7. It's a B+. If it actually had a date on it, it may even get up into the A category. It's got a code, but the code is horse hockey to me. I can't figure out the code from what they've got on there. The code is on this bottle 3249. So if anybody knows what the code 3249 is supposed to mean, let me know in the comments, guys. I went to the website, didn't see any information on how to figure that out. So not impressed with that. They need to have that information. They're going to take the time to put that code on there. How are we supposed to decipher it? The ratings, like I said, are not available because there's not any on Rate Beer or Beer Advocate. So it must be a fairly new beer, but you need to do something about this code, guys. If you've had this one, give me some comments back on this one, guys. Liked it, loved it. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the like button, and let's see, maybe be another pumpkin beer tomorrow. Let's see. Come on back in.